currently at Beijing International Airport. Gate B is here, which is where Mum and Kay are arriving very soon. Their flight, I think, arrived 4 minutes ago, but I don't think anyone ever clears customs in 4 minutes, so I'm waiting here with a book and with a sign. Looking forward to seeing them soon. So I am at Subway Station with Mother and Kay. Mother is here. We're going to a museum, so we started off by having brunch in perhaps the most Jesmondy place that I could find. So yeah, we start off with brunch. The pancakes / French toast / ham hock hash was all great, and we're moving on to a history museum now. So just getting the subway there now. Okay, so we're waiting in the queue for the Beijing Capital Museum. There is a man here who's wearing a cap, and it has Donald Trump 2016 written on it. I'm trying to no, it's the white thing on the. I can't get it in. I can't unsuspiciously get it in camera, but it's there.
Turn around and do a view of the front of the museum.
Oh yeah,
it's quite impressive, isn't it?
Cool. I'll do a view of the front of the museum in a second.
A panorama.
But yeah, we're waiting in the queue to get in. I think this is so it's currently Chinese New Year or the aftermath of. And I think that basically this museum has a Chinese New Year exhibit, which explains why we are in the middle of this massive queue. Damn it, he's not there. He's trying to do a panoramic shot.
Get the back of his head.
There are also some kids playing with toys, which is very cute.
You must get a lot of state funding.
Yes, to be like everything.
Yeah. Not like us, let's pay.
And now, queuing. So currently in the history of Beijing thing, the thing that makes it really interesting is on this wall, it maps several other historical events that are happening. I'm coming back to this guy later. So we have the history of Beijing here, and kind of mapping the timeline, showing what else is happening. It also has the history of Europe. So here we have London in a certain year, we have the map of European cities, but it also has people, and the one thing that's really interesting is the people they've chosen. So it's very much Christopher Columbus, Martin Luther, Galileo, but also just people I haven't heard of, right? So Giordano Bruno, no idea who that is. But just the nature of the people I've chosen are really interesting because it's very much people like Martin Luther, okay, a strong revolutionary. Also people like Oliver Cromwell, the guy who I had up before, and then it's Oliver Cromwell, the execution of King Charles. Paris citizens storm the Bastille, Declaration of the Rights of Man, George Washington, Declaration of Independence. It's just interesting what it chooses to show. Kay points out quite well how it's very much on this wall, it's look at all the things that are happening in Europe, and then on this wall it's look at all the things that are happening totally independent of that elsewhere. Because, I don't know, it shows the isolation quite interestingly.
funniest moment ever.
So we're not quite used to this yet.
Not at all.
But Matthew just got approached by two
16-year-olds
16-year-olds who thought he was so handsome.
I wanted to have his photo.
Wanted to have his photo taken with them, and then spent about 10 minutes chatting to him in the corner of the museum about living in Beijing
And
asked
where his
apartment was, and added him on WeChat.
I also asked if I rented or not.
They were so excited.
Definitely trying to live with him.
Interestingly, no. So this is an interesting thing here. Basically, like it has different cultural connotations. So if ever someone approaches you and you're like, oh, you're so handsome in England, that's like really flirtatious. But here it's just like a respect thing.
Oh, okay.
No one listening to this is going to believe me because everyone has the Western preconcept. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just completely different meaning.
So you're knocking the fact that she didn't really think that me and Kay are beautiful.
Well, no, she thinks you're beautiful, but just not in like a sexualized sense or a romanticized sense, but rather just like a you are aesthetic sense.
Sweet. That's fine. I'll take that. With being aesthetic. Sometimes you're just going to take what you can.
So we've just arrived in where are we? Beihai Park, which is a really big lake in the middle of Beijing. We're walking around like the island thing in the center, and Kay is slightly disturbed.
I just had someone take a photo of me, and I didn't notice until Matthew gave him a thumbs up.
Basically, I am more used to like being a tourist in China, so I noticed someone taking a photo of me, smiled at him. Kay was like, "Oh, but surely he was just taking a selfie or something." Not taking a selfie.
Nope.
But this is a park made by Genghis Khan, who's like Genghis Khan's son, because he was like, you know, Beijing needs a large lake, and it has this big white statue-y thing in the middle. So we are adventuring. The plan for probably hot pot for dinner afterwards. In a hat store with an interesting selection of hats. Oh, that's called chua. They're so good. It's like Beijing. It's really stereotypical North China food. It's so nice. They're really salty and spicy. Zhongku. Okay, so the place we've just walked, we were just at one of the lakes. Basically, they're all frozen over in the winter, so the plan was to do some sort of ice skating on them, but we couldn't. So now we're kind of walking up this really gentrified hutong. Yeah, this is the t-shirt place.
Oh wow.
We're walking up this really gentrified hutong, and we found about this this t-shirt place, which is meant to be really good. Yeah, the plan is to go for a hot pot for dinner afterwards. But it was very like, ooh, mum, what do you think?
Cool.
I reckon I could rock them.
What are you pointing at? Starbucks. Don't mock, you've just been in one.
Oh yeah, look. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I don't know. Really?
Yeah.
Kay, what do we think of the restaurant?
I think it's cool. I'm not quite sure what's going on or how to do it though.
Or what they're eating.
Or what they're eating, or what I can eat, or what I'm going to eat.
But like, is this real meat or fake meat?
So basically, oh yeah, the place we went for dinner yesterday, served like meat that really looked like, well, tofu that really looked like meat, to the point that the prawns had different colorings on.
It's like chocolate mousse. Slices of chocolate.
I don't think it will be. The place we're at currently is Hot Pot, where you put the food in the big. This is exactly the same restaurant I went with Dad. You put things in the big bowl, you then cook the things and eat them. So it's going to be an adventure. We're currently in the queue, and I need to go to the bathroom, but don't want to go because I don't think Mom and Kay can successfully navigate finding a table.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah, Lonely Planet. I've already mentioned this, but Lonely Planet describes this place as no English signs, no English menu, no English spoken, and it's living up to that. So what do we think then, Kay?
I'm loving this. This is like DIY. That's good. Very nice.
How does it compare to breakfast?
Less jasmine.
So why is this place less judgment? What are the cigarettes like here?
Inside. And on the floor.
Yeah, people put out cigarettes on the floor, which is novel and new.
It's good. No, it's very like 2001.
What do you think of... The potatoes cooked. What do you think of the people watching abilities, Mum?
It's very good. I'm interested in my food, I'm afraid.
That's fair.
Mushrooms are very good. So far, my favourite thing are the mushrooms. I like the prawns. Yeah.
Prawns, look at the prawns, look at them.
Yeah, what's their faces?